My name is Jeff Gordon, and I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt for the last 2 years. I received my black belt from Tony Passos, who is a black belt under Ricardo Della Riva. I'm on Team Passos and also Team Atos, which is the Andre Galvão team. Jiu-Jitsu, well, the definition of Jiu-Jitsu is gentle art. Jiu-Jitsu is a grappling art, so the goal of a Jiu-Jitsu fighter is to clinch with his opponent and to use leverage and technique to take him to the ground so he can apply submissions such as arm bars, wrist locks, leg locks. It's attacking the joints and also chokes. It's the total polar opposite of striking. So you need space to strike, let's say boxing or Muay Thai to hit and punch. Well, the whole idea of a Jiu-Jitsu fighter is to clinch, close that gap, and then take the fight to the ground. I've been doing Jiu-Jitsu for 12 and a half years, started in 2002, and I've been doing martial arts since 1992. And I first started off with karate, and then I started doing some Filipino martial arts for a few years, and then I started doing a little bit of Krav Maga, and then in 2002 I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And Jiu-Jitsu is for everyone. I'm a little guy. Jiu-Jitsu is for everyone. That's the awesome thing about it, because you can, when you're on the ground, everything changes. You can use angles and leverage to be able to control your opponent. It's really like trying to make the opponent like a puppet. So it has tremendous leverage base. It's pretty awesome. You can see a much smaller person can defend themselves against a much larger person. A good example is that in the UFC, when it first started in 1993, Royce Gracie is 6'1", 175 pounds, was fighting men who were as tall or taller than him, and who were over 275 to 300 pounds. And by taking his opponents to the ground, he was able to apply leverage and technique to be able to submit his opponents. Belt levels. It takes anywhere from a year to 2 years to get a blue belt. It takes about 4 to 6 years to get a purple. It takes 7 to 9 to get a brown, and it can take from 9 to 14 years to get a black belt. So the beauty of Jiu-Jitsu is that what Jiu-Jitsu teaches you, it teaches you obviously to respect yourself, but to respect others. When you're rolling on the mat, you have your opponent's kind of life in your hand. You have their joints, you have their neck. So it really teaches you how to respect the body. Jiu-Jitsu is phenomenal art. Besides learning the body mechanics and how things work, it really teaches you how to be self-esteem, how to deal with your own issues, your own anxiety. And it's not just fighter against fighter. It's a tremendous amount of chess playing. It's like the game of chess. It's very, very, very strategic. You always want a good Jiu-Jitsu player will think 2 and 3 steps. I'm gonna move here to get him to move here, so I can go here, I can go here. So it's not just a physical game, it's also a mental game. And that's the Jiu-Jitsu it's the most powerful tool you can teach somebody. Teaching a child, teaching a female, it is a super powerful tool. It's amazing what it can do and how it changes people. I'm training pretty much about 6 days a week. We're at our academy, we teach classes 7 days a week. I train, I have certain days I don't, so it's about 5 days a week I'm actually really training, that I'm rolling and grappling with the students, or I'm preparing for a tournament. I compete probably about 3 times a year. I've competed 3 times in the Pan Americans, the World Masters and Seniors, and then other IBJJF, International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation tournaments, such as the Las Vegas Open, Chicago Open, Miami Open. Any tournament, it's seasonal, so depending on how I'm getting ready to compete. The one thing that we talk about in the academy is eating clean, eating good foods, because if you're out of shape or if you're overweight, it doesn't make you feel good. If you eat bad foods, like tremendous amount of carbohydrates and stuff, that creates inflammation in your joints. So obviously you need carbs for energy, but eating smart, drinking a lot of water, trying to drink depending on your weight. A big guy can drink an excess over a gallon of water a day. So these types of things, and it teaches you how to relax, not to deal with stress, because there's a tremendous amount of breathing that goes involved with that. My life really didn't change until I started training with Professor Tony Passos. So before that, I was very technique-based, and I really didn't understand what was going on. And he teaches a very conceptual jiu-jitsu about the body mechanics. But besides that, he's a very, very disciplined person, and he really helped me to try to focus on, besides my jiu-jitsu and my family life and trying to do things the right way. He really was a big impact on how I think and how I think about jiu-jitsu and the blessing I have with doing jiu-jitsu. It's a blessing. They call it the jiu-jitsu lifestyle. Guys who own academies, they're very lucky that I can get up in the morning and I go to work. My work is training, learning about jiu-jitsu, learning about how the body works, and then come back and share information with my students. So 3 times a week I drive to Virginia. I train with Professor Tony Passos and a couple other black belts and some other brown belts who are very good jiu-jitsu players, and push myself and try to learn how jiu-jitsu is so I can come back and share that with the students here. When you come in here into the academy and you're training, you forget about all life's pressures. That's the beauty of martial arts, not just jiu-jitsu. You can come here, it's very cathartic. You come here, you purge all the sweat out of your body, you purge all the stress out of your body, and after you train, it makes you feel awesome. The one thing in jiu-jitsu is that you go to the ground a lot. The last place you want to go to is the ground. But the beauty of jiu-jitsu is like having a credit card. You know that if you're in a bad spot, you're going to always have jiu-jitsu there to protect yourself. There's a lot of other great martial arts out there. We also teach our academy judo, boxing, Muay Thai. So if you have a combination of jiu-jitsu and you do other martial arts, it's only going to strengthen your martial art. Anyone who doesn't learn how to ground grapple, I believe, is cheating themselves. So it really is advantageous to add Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at a qualified Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu academy with a black belt teaching there, qualified black belt, to teach you Jiu-Jitsu so that you can help your striking game. It all works together. It blends. See you on the mat. Nobody out.